No one should be silenced because of another's beliefs. My father is a very stubborn person who knows his opinion is right and everybody else who doesn't agree with him is wrong. This didn't exactly work out well in my family, especially with my sister being exactly like him in this way. So, naturally, growing up in my house, there was always a lot of fighting. Being the younger sibling, I stayed clear away from the storm and waited for the thunder to end. However, I knew it wasn't going to end anytime soon, so regrettably, I became accustomed to it. This wasn't the way I wanted to live my life. My every move, my every thought, opinion, dictated by another person who didn't care what my opinion was on the matter, but made decisions for me anyway. I wasn't heard. No one in my family was besides my dad, because his opinion was all that mattered. When the split came, we went with Mom, and a world of opportunity was awakened. I started developing my own opinions. I began thinking and speaking for myself. I was empowered. I was beginning to want to learn new things, about new things, things I wouldn't be allowed to learn about normally. On the way home from the first roller derby bout of the 2013 season, I was sitting in the car with my dad. We were in a conversation about gay rights, and he was angry with me because I had decided to go to a queer party later with my friend who just happened to be gay. I was getting very frustrated with his closed-minded views on the subject. So I turned to him and I said, "Dad, what if I turn out to be gay?" Honestly, it was just an act to piss him off, but I also had always been curious as to what his response to this question would be. He turned to me, looked me straight in the eye, and said, "Jocelyn, if this is the choice you decide to make, I will not support it." I followed up with, "Would you still love me?" He remained silent. Why should one voice be silenced by another? It isn't right to demolish another's attitude towards something or someone just because one bigoted person says you're wrong. Why should people not be allowed to love who they love? Why should a woman not have the right to control her own body? Why do we destroy each other instead of loving one another? Regardless of what people may think, it is their own opinion, and they have a right to that opinion. We may not agree with some of them, but that's how it's going to be until we lose the hatred for one another and decide that acceptance is the only true path to happiness. I believe in freedom, of rights, of choice, and of speech. I believe that no one should be silenced because of another's beliefs.